Hi, everybody. I'm Jordan. This is Hadley. We have 2 children, Cole and Darcy, and one on the way. We moved to Wichita about a year ago and was driving around kind of the city. We had looked up a couple of churches on Google Maps and drove by Ridgepoint. Thought, okay, let's try a Sunday there.
I think we looked up online, kind of went through, looked at some of the bullet points of what you're about, things about the faith, what you believe, and then came to the contemporary services.
As the weeks went on, we just felt like God was calling us here and calling us to serve, and really had a community for us to kind of jump into, and a support system for 2 people who didn't have really any support or didn't know anyone at the time.
Yeah, and similar. I grew up with, my dad was an elder at the church we went to, all those type of things. We were at church like all the time. So it was kind of just a natural thing for both of us that we're like, okay, well, if we're going to go to this church, like, let's jump in, let's do it. We'll make this our community.
So currently we serve on the worship team. We serve as the leaders of Coffee and Jesus, which is the 2030s Bible study. And then we are also serving on the leadership team for the 2030s initiative.
I just love how much of a community the worship team is here. For those of you that may not know, they have like a little Bible study that we do after rehearsal, just, talking about what God has laid on your heart over specific scriptures. We've only been on the worship team a few weeks, and we already had opportunities of praying for others and the things that they were going through. And I think that really brought us more into community and has just been very cool to see. It's been almost probably exactly a year since we first started coming to Ridgepoint. And sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, it's already been a year. But in a lot of ways, because we have jumped in, it's really weird that we've only been here a year. And sometimes I forget we actually have probably more of a support system and more friends of young families and everything here in a year than I think we had for the first few years of having kids in a city that we had both probably lived in almost all our lives.
Yeah. But now I kind of brag to people. I'm like, yeah, I'm a Mennonite now. And so, yeah, we take ownership. And I feel like that ownership kind of started when we were super involved in Coffee and Jesus. And like, it's a cool thing to have and to take ownership over kind of like the church that you're a part of. And so, yeah. No, and I would say, like, if you're looking to kind of get connected in the future, or even like if you want to grow your relationship with God, like the best way to do that is to challenge yourself. And the only way to challenge yourself is to get involved. If you
to serve others and to become a part of things.
Yeah. Really, going forward, if you've never plugged in and you want God to radically change your life, like, this is a really great way to do it.